Hello guys, and welcome to Matt's Beamer. Apologies for not making many videos this week. I've been trying to get outside to film them, but unfortunately the doctor told me no due to quite a bad throat infection. And if I go outside, there's a chance to make it worse, and I may even have the chance to go to hospital to get it sorted, so I best stay at home. Anyway, this video is about my first car and how I got it. So back in about 97, 1998, I always tried to talk my dad into let me buy a car for myself so I can learn how to fix it up and do all the work on it. But my dad's always said no, and I came to terms with that. I should make a video on the cars that I missed out on in the past, and I think some of you might like them, some of you might not like them. But anyway, in 1999, when I was 15 years old, my dad shouted down the garden path in quite an angry tone. My dad does do an angry tone quite well. And he shouted at me saying, "Matthew, whose is this car on the driveway?" And I said, "I don't know." And he goes, "Well, it's a BMW." So I walked out to the driveway and found out that there was a E30 318 on the driveway. Just sat there, parked right in the middle. So basically, my dad couldn't put his car in the driveway. I think back then he had a Range Rover P38. It was 1998 one. It was quite a nice one actually. But anyway, I said, "I don't know, Dad. I don't know whose it is." So he threw me the keys and said, "Well, it's yours then." And I was so happy. I was the happiest boy in the world. 15 years old with a old E30 saloon. He says, "Well, move it out the way then so I can put my car on the driveway." And so I did. And this car was the car that helped me get into fixing cars. I did the brakes on it. I did the power steering. I changed the power steering rack because it was leaking. I had to do I had to do the heater matrix. Sorry, my throat. I had to do the heater matrix as after its first MOT. My friend took it for an MOT for me. He's a mechanic, and on the way back it started dripping like bright luminous yellow fluids into the interior, and it was super hot. So then I worked out it was actually the heater matrix. So I'm not making much sense here. I'm just talking. Yeah, I had that car till I was about 18 years old. And I did actually have another two cars at that kind of time as well. I had a E30 318. I had an E30 316i Coupe, and I had a E30 325i Touring. But anyway, let's talk about my 318i automatic. It was finished in a beautiful colour called Polaris Silver. It had dark blue seats. Obviously, it was automatic, so it was quite a slow car. It had power steering, wind-up windows, which I loved. I remember one day I drove to the dealership in my old E30, and there was this man there looking to buy like a brand new E46, and he looked at me and just laughed at my E30, and I thought, you don't know what you're doing. But anyway, I love this car so much. I used to drive it to my mum's house, then to my nan's house, all over where I used to live in England, which was East Sussex. I used to live in East Sussex, and it gave me a lot of confidence in certain ways. It helped me become free, not relying on public transport, not relying on walking everywhere. It was just perfect. And I really regret selling that car. I wish I had it today, but I believe it's not on the road at all. What was wrong with the car apart from the mechanical stuff? There was a quite a rusty wheel arch on the back, on both sides, but at the time the E30s were quite cheap, and it wasn't really worth spending loads and loads of money fixing it up in that way. I remember once I had to drive to a place called Shoreham, and it was a long steep incline, and my poor E30 struggled to go up this hill because it was I think it was a 3 or 4 speed automatic, and it didn't have much brake horsepower, and basically the car kept going up down in the gear selection, but it made it in the end, and on the way back it drove perfectly, and it was actually a very, very reliable car, and it never broke down at all. In fact, none of my BMWs actually broke down apart from one, and it wasn't actually the car's fault. It was the actual dealership who messed up my windscreen, and well, it destroyed the electrics. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, if you actually got this far. Now I want to know, what was your first car? And how did you get it? What did you do with it? And do you regret selling it? Or maybe do you still have it? I'd be very, very interested. Have a great day and take care. Goodbye.